Hi guys, I am Dave Barfield, also known as Scorpius GLC on the interweb. I have a wargaming blog called Scorpius GLC's World of Wargaming. I'm also part of Broken Spirit Wargames, and today we're going to look at some of the basics of the game Immortal Dark Age Fantasy. You're probably watching this video on the Kickstarter campaign, and hopefully this will help you to decide to jump on board and support this fantastic campaign. So, the first thing we're going to look at in this video is creating a warband. There's some simple steps to take when creating a warband for Immortal, and I have laid out, as you can see, my 300 point picked good alignment warband. So to start off with, how you create a warband is you have to choose one of the 6 nations, and as you've probably seen on the Kickstarter page itself, you've got stuff like the Romano-British, the Welsh, the Irish, tribes of the Pennines, the Saxons, the Picts, and these give you a great selection of choices to go with, especially the tribes of the Pennines, which is designed to allow you to have any historical based warband that came before the setting of Immortal. So, without further ado, I have picked Picts. The second thing I have to do is choose whether my force will be of good or evil alignment. And I've chosen to go good alignment for this. As you'll see in a later video when we do some gameplay, my son has done an evil warband, but mine is a good alignment warband. Then you have to choose either a hero, either a priest or a warlord. In this case, I have picked a warlord, and as you'll find out in the battle report I do, which will be available online soon, that guy I have named Darthu, because I believe you should always name your characters, and he is a warlord. Warlords are really good as a hero choice, but your other option is a priest. Heroes are a must, they're a compulsory. You have to have one of them, either a warlord or a priest. And warlords basically aid your human units. They're there to buff them in areas such as close combat, through ranged attacks, morale, and so on and so forth. They also have a selection of blessings and feats and skills. This is the same with the priest. If I'd have chosen to go down the priest route, the priest is there designed to manipulate the faith pool, which you'll find out a bit about later on. But I have picked Darthu, the picked warlord. Once you've picked your hero, you have to pick the skills and roll for the blessings for that hero. So in this case, Darthu, I have picked for him Shield Wall as his skill, and for the blessing I rolled Dragonhide, which you'll see in effect in the battle report, but in short terms, Shield Wall aids those guys that I've got fighting, basically makes them a bit more durable, and when it comes down to the blessing of Dragonhide, it literally means that my toughened skin is harder for you to damage. Once you've done then, you roll on a chart for your Immortal. There are 10 Immortals in this game. There are 5 good and 5 evil. I managed to roll Nibiru. The model itself can be any of the different models because you roll each game to determine which is manifested and appears on the battlefield. So in the battle report I rolled Nibiru. You then have to take your compulsory unit choice. Now each of the different nations have their own different force organisation charts with min-max choices. When it comes to the Picts require you to have at least one bow-armed unit. So, you basically have to have one bow-armed unit, so I've chosen to, first of all, have this bow-armed unit. A unit consists of between 4 and 12 models, so I've chosen 6 in this case, armed with bows. I haven't bothered any armour and things like that, but I've got 6 bowmen. That's now my compulsories done. When it comes to armoured units, I can only have one armoured unit, which I've chosen my Warlord's Retinue over here. That is an armoured unit. They have light armour, shield and spears, as well as command, as you can see there, as a standard and a musician. Once that's all done, you then basically kit out the rest of your points, bearing in mind that you can't have any more than 3 minion choices. So if I go through my army, basically I have an Immortal, which doesn't cost any points to buy. He's a compulsory choice and doesn't cost anything for your force. I have Darthu, my Warlord. He clocks in at 53 points, and he's wearing heavy armour, shield, and he carries a Spirit Blade. After him, we have 6 archers at the front. They literally are just armed with bows. I then have 4 archers. Where are they hiding? 4 archers over here. I have 5 spearmen with shields, but they don't have any armour. And I have 4 phalangites. This is a unit of phalangites, which is a minion choice for the forces of good. And that rounds me out 297 points. So I'm just within my band of 300 points, and that is my warband. So to summarise, you need to choose one of the 6 nations for your force to be from. You choose to be either good or evil alignment. Any of the nations can be good or evil. You can then have to choose a hero, which is either a priest or a warlord. Once you've picked your priest or warlord, you must pick a skill for them and roll the blessing on the blessing chart for them. Then you roll to see which immortal has been summoned to the battlefield to aid you. You then choose the compulsory choice for your army, and then you build the remainder of your force, bearing in mind that you can't have more than 3 minion units. So hopefully that's helpful, guys. That's how you create a warband. I'll see you in the next one, when we talk a bit about how movement works with armoured and unarmoured units, as well as shooting. See you in the next one, guys.